Hi guys, welcome to my 2015 favourites. I've actually already filmed this video, but I ended up sitting in the dark towards the end. I am now basically sat in the dark, and again, I'm still fighting with the light. If you have any favourites that you want to let me know about, leave those down below. So there's two bases that I picked up this year that I have been loving, and one's more expensive, one's really cheap, so let's talk about them. First one is I'm almost out of both of them, which sucks. I can see like literally that the end is nigh with this one. This is the Your Skin But Better CC Plus Cream by IT Cosmetics. I am in the shade Fair. I think this works best applying with a brush, and it looks fantastic on the skin. It tends to be what I wear daily. It's got a good coverage, it's comfortable on the skin, it feels nice on the skin. Apparently there are some skincare benefits in it. I can't say if I have or have not noticed any of those, but they're there apparently. It's a good colour match for me, and it's just an all-round base and what I want from a daily base. It's also got SPF 50 in it, so it's really good for the summer as well. And my second base is by a brand called Holika, which is an Asian brand. I bought this off eBay for £4 whole, and it's fantastic. It's, in comparison to this one, it's slightly thicker in texture when you put it on, but it doesn't look any thicker on the skin. If anything, this looks a little bit more matte than this one does. This one looks a little bit more dewy. It's not like a crazy sunbeam grease ball on your face, but it definitely does have a bit of a sheen to it, whereas this one has a little bit, it's not completely matte, it's sort of like that demi-matte finish. I'd recommend both of these wholeheartedly. I'm in the shade number 1 Soft Beige. The only issue with this one is basically if you're not white or Asian, you're not going to be able to wear this foundation, because I think there's 2 colours in this, and surprisingly the lightest one does fit my skin tone, and I'm pretty pale. But yes, both of these are fantastic, and I love them. I alternate between these on a daily basis basically. So yes, these are absolute faves. Moving on to powder products. This year I've actually started wearing powder less, but one powder that I have used the entire year and I just think is really nice is the Ambient Lighting Palette by Hourglass. You can get these separately as well, but I do believe this is in their permanent range, so if you did want to get this exact palette, which has 3 shades in, I think you still can. Anyway, I tend to use a mix of all 3, sort of like lightly dusted over my face with, hang on, I can show you, with sort of a brush like this, like a super fluffy duo fibre brush, so it's not like, because these have definitely got like a kick of sheen to them, so with this type of brush, like it's not like I'm a disco ball. And then I tend to use the middle shade to also highlight the tops of my cheeks. I haven't had one of these single ones before, so I don't know how long they'll last, but I think they're pretty big, so yes, love this. Sticking with sort of highlight products, a highlighter that I was definitely using, I've kind of gone on and off. I've definitely carried on coming back to this highlighter, and this is actually a sample. How like genius is this sample? It's fucking massive. This is the Mercier Highlight in 01. As you can see, it's sort of like it's kind of like a skin tone. It's like kind of earring on the yellow side. Anyway, this just looks really, really nice on the tops of my cheeks, and the formula is really nice. I have been using it all year round, on and off, and I really do like it, so I thought I would mention it. So anyway, in the summer I decided to do an order from Sephora, and I picked up one of Too Faced's new blushes, which is the Love Flush range. They come in this adorable packaging, and I've got the shade Love Hangover, and I love it. I wear this now most days. Just like, look how cute this is. Like, sometimes I do my makeup on the bus and I'm all like, hey, look at me with my cute little blush. It sticks around, it's a Longwear blush, and it blends really nicely and is highly pigmented. All those good things that you want from a powder product. It's not too garish on the cheeks. Like, this looks like it would be like ridiculous, but it's really not. It's really nice. So yes, this has made it into my yearly faves. Cool, let's move on to eyes, and I'm going to start with eyebrows. This is the Archery DIY Brow Bar by Soap and Glory. It's not probably the most glamorous product, but I have been using this consistently, like daily, for like 6 months, and I don't think I give it enough credit, because I feel, you know, I feel like most people in 2016, I feel lost without my eyebrows on. And although I have got pretty good eyebrows naturally, this just works really well. Hang on, I'll show you how gross it looks. I've hit pan in like 2 places on the shade that I am, and like the wax is almost gone. I just think the powder's good, the compact's good, and it will last you an absolute age. So yes, this is what I've been using in my brows, and I had to mention it. Sticking with brows, I've got one more brow product, and that is the Eyeko Brow Gel. This I believe only comes in 1 shade, but it will cater to the vast majority of brows. I think the spoolie is like the perfect size. It's not too small, it's not too big, The colour match is good for me. It sets my brows, it keeps them there without them being crunchy. It's just a really good, just does what it says. And again, I've had this for ages, the same tube, so I've just been using this on a daily basis and I think it's fantastic. Moving down slightly to the eyelids, I've got an eyeshadow base that I want to talk about. This is by MAC, this is Painterly. Now this is the one that matches my skin tone, but I just think if there's one that matches your skin tone, go for that one. This is just sort of like a matte base for your eyeshadow, and I mean, it doesn't look like I've even used any truly, but I'm like down to here on it, which if you have one of these paint pots, you know, that's no mean feat. I have been using this non-bloody stop. But yeah, this just works really well. It's a no fuss, just jam your finger in. Oh, sorry if you're a germaphobe, but just jam it on your eyes. Really easy, no fuss eyeshadow base. It makes things stick around for longer. And even if I didn't want to wear any eyeshadow that day, I tend to pop something like this just on my eyelids so they don't look veiny and oily and gross. These are great, and they also come in a whole host of colours, so if you want something a little bit more adventurous than your own skin tone, they have that too. Anyway, yes, been loving this. I've got two eyeshadow palettes that I want to talk about. This one's sort of like my favourite neutral eyeshadow palette, which is probably going to come to no surprise to anybody. It's the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I love this thing. Like, I have an entire drawer jam-packed with eyeshadow palettes, and every single day I go for this one. I love it. Like, the reason why I love it, I think, is like it's just a very wearable, easy palette to wear. Like, all these shades, they're neutral colours, they're neutral brown colours, and you could be like, well, what's so different about it? But like, there's something about the colour selection where they're just slightly different. Like, there's something alternative about this palette. Like, it's not just bog standard hues of taupe. Like, they're just like really well selected, just alternative colours. And like, I'm wearing Succubus, which is this one right here. I get so many compliments on my eyeshadow when I wear this colour, and I'm just like, dude, it's just red eyeshadow. And because these are such good quality eyeshadows as well, they blend really well, the pigment's really great in them. Like, I feel like a lot of people would be scared to wear a colour like this on a daily basis, but because the shadows are good quality, it blends out and it doesn't look like I've been punched in the face, which, you know, you could look if you're wearing like sort of a deep red eyeshadow. You could look like you've been punched in the face, but I haven't. I love it. It's just fantastic. It's just hit the nail on the head, and it's exactly what I want from an eyeshadow palette. When all these colours are gone, I would repurchase it rather than use the other copious amounts of shadows I have, which I think is testament to it. Anyway, yes, I love this. I love it. I've also got another eyeshadow palette to talk about, and this one's more like sort of bright colours, so more like accent colours. Again, this may or may not come as a surprise to you. It's the Lime Crime Venus palette. Oh, if I've reviewed anything, I'll link the reviews down below if you want to have a read and have a look at swatches and all that stuff. But yeah, again, this sort of is on the reddy side of things. And if I sort of like want something a little bit brighter or to deepen a look with, in conjunction with this one, I just think these are, again, really nice shadows, which I don't think any other brand is really offering, to be honest with you. I feel like there is 100% a market for more alternative, grungy looking eyeshadows, and I don't think the vast majority of brands are catering to that. So, but I do think Lime Crime is. So yes, I love this eyeshadow palette, and again, these are great quality shadows as well. I think if I have to pick one product that I just wholeheartedly love and could never say a bad word about, it's the Kat Von D tattoo liner. I fucking love this thing. Like, there ain't no other lover other than this. I just think this is, everybody else just stop making eyeliners, because there's no need, because this one is fantastic. It just does everything that you need. I hear the Tom Ford one's supposed to be good, but I'm like, I don't want to buy it, because quite frankly, I am so content with this eyeliner. And I'm going to quickly run down why. Okay, so you won't be able to see, but these are like brush hairs rather than a felt tip, so it doesn't dull. The liquid itself is matte black. It lasts a really long time on your eyelids. Like, I've slept in my makeup and it looks like I've just done my eyeliner before. True story. The lid has sort of got like, vacuum's the wrong word, but it's like, it definitely like clicks on and it keeps the tip really moist. So it lasts a long time. Like, I have had this one eyeliner a really long time, and I'm like, yeah, it's $19, but I would have gone through so many other felt tip liners. If I had felt tip liners, like I would have spent so much more money on those rather than just buying this one eyeliner. It's just everything I want and need, and Kat Von D, I want to kiss you on the mouth because thank you. Just thank you for making just good makeup. Anyway, I've got two mascaras that I want to talk about. First one is a cheap one, so let's go with that one first. This is the Mega Volume Miss Manga Punky Mascara by L'Oreal. This is not going to be everybody's favourite because it's definitely got a certain look to it. And if that's not sort of your look, you're going to think it's just kind of a clumpy shit mascara. But it's not, I swear to you, I love the way this makes my lashes look. It makes them look massive and just like messy, but put together at the same time. I don't know, I just really like how this looks on my lashes. Again, I know this isn't going to be a mascara for everybody, but if you're sort of into, you know, a bit more of an alternative look, I think you'll really like this. And I've also got another mascara, which is actually the one I'm wearing today. This is the Rollerlash mascara by Benefit. I got one of their half sizes when it was first released, I think back in March. I really like the way it made my lashes look. It's sort of, the best way for me to describe it is it kind of makes your lashes look like sort of like Betty Davis lashes, like almost that you look sleepy but like a doe at the same time. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you'll know what I mean. I think it's way better than their real. Like, I think I used to love their real a lot, and then I went back to it after using this and I'm like, no, this is the one. This is the one for me. Cool, let's move on to lips. Now, I'm not going to stay here too long because this is my favourite MAC lipstick and I've made no secret about it. MAC Brave. It's sort of a mauvey, browny, pinky, nudie colour, and although I love to try out other colours that sort of are on the same sort of spectrum as this one, I always go back to this, so I love it. And as you can see, I've used quite a lot of it, so I think that's testament to it. I just think it's a really nice lipstick. A matte lipstick range which I love is the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution. The shade that I've decided to pop in my favourites is Amazing Grace. Again, with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, what I like about Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks is, again, their colours are just sort of slightly different, so you can't find them in other ranges. Like Amazing Grace is a really, really nice sort of like blush, rosy marsala type colour, which, you know, I don't think is in the standard lineup for lipsticks, and that's why I tend to buy Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, is because their colours are different. They're not just bog standard colours that you can find in any lipstick range. I feel like the colours are different and they're offering you something different, so that's why I'm willing to spend the money on them, and also they're great quality as well. I've got some of the brighter colours as well, and they tend to last through an eating meal, but you know, you can always top up, and because of the formula, sort of the way that it fades means topping up doesn't get gross or like build up or whatever. It's a very comfortable lipstick to wear and to like wear throughout the day. So and also the bullet is shaped slightly differently, so you can really sort of carve out that Cupid's bow and put it on with ease. So yes, I would recommend these lipsticks. But if you're somebody that likes liquid lipsticks, I personally do too. My favourite liquid lipstick formula has to be the Sephora Lip Creams. The one that I'm showing you is number 10, which is sort of their bright origin shade. I believe it's called Mandarin Muse. They are just sort of the best sort of formula that I've come across so far. They are very much a true liquid lipstick, so if you don't sort of like how they dry down on your lips, then I would go for, say, a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. An honourable mention to the Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvets, because they're a lot more balmy in texture, so maybe that's something to look into. But again, I just think these don't budge. They're great on a night out and they're really nice. And also really not that expensive either. I think that is all my makeup favourites, although I've got a couple tools that I want to talk about. First up are my Kevyn and Quan eyelash curlers. I love these, and I don't think they get as much hype as, say, like the Shimura or the Shiseido ones. I just think they curl my eyelashes and they keep them curled, and I have absolutely no want or desire to go try other ones because I'm so satisfied with these. And the next tool I want to talk about is the Real Techniques stippling brush. Now, you might be able to see that it's kind of pink on the top, and that's because I really like using it with blusher. You know, you can use brushes for whatever you want to do, like screw what it says on the packaging. I've actually found this has been a fantastic blush brush because it puts colour on the cheek, blends it really well, and I think something about this sort of type of brush that it is, it sort of makes the product stay on your cheeks longer, if that makes sense. So yes, this is, if you've probably got, I'm sure any other stippling brush will do the same, but using the Real Tech stippling brush for blush has been a favourite of this year for sure. I also have one other brush to talk about, and it is from Smashbox. It is just their blending brush. I have basically ditched MAC 217s in favour of this brush, which is, you know, a pretty bold move, I've got to admit. There's just something about, it's slightly bigger than a 217 and it's slightly more domed, and something about it I think just really helps sort of diffuse the eyeshadow, particularly if you're wearing more stronger eyeshadows. I've used it today on this one. I just think it just does a really good job, particularly if you're going for sort of more of a dramatic eye look. I think this just really helps blend. It just does what you want it to do, and it does it really well, and I want to buy another one because I just use this all the goddamn time. I've got a couple hair bits and one perfume to talk about, so I thought I'd chuck them in at the end. My favourite dry shampoo of the year is the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Dry Shampoo. It's empty, I love it. You can now get this in Urban Outfitters in the UK, but it's £9 whole. Maybe I'll treat myself to it someday, but it's just the best of both worlds. It's not too wet, it's not too powdery, it's somewhere in the middle, it's fairly invisible in the hair. It just does what you want it to do, and it's fantastic. Another hair bit that I want to talk about, although I'm showing you just a shampoo, I love the entire range. It's the Tresemme Perfectly Undone range. I just think it's fantastic. I've sort of ditched more higher end shampoos and conditioners for this as my daily fix, because I sort of go for sort of wavy, messy hair, like that's my type of thing, and this helps me achieve it. Like, it doesn't make my hair greasy. Just the whole range just works fantastically. And last but not least, I have a perfume favourite. This is the Prada Candy Le scent that I literally can't get any more. Oh, there we go. Oh, I missed you, my friend. There's like a tiny little bit left, but it will not come out for love nor money. I think fragrances are a pretty personal thing, so obviously I wouldn't buy one that I didn't like, but I bought this back in July and it was gone before the end of the year. It's sweet, but it's not like offensively sweet. I just think it works for day, it works for evening, it just smells fantastic, and I think you should go give it a whiff. Anyway, that is all my favourites for the year. I hope you have had a fantastic start to 2016. This month on my blog I'm doing sort of more of a budget-friendly theme, because, you know, Christmas is expensive for everybody, so I thought I would let you know that if you want some more budget recommendations and stuff that I've been loving, head over to my blog, and also my videos will sort of be tied in with that a little bit, the whole, you know, spring clean, in the old, out the new type thing, so stay tuned for those. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye! Why am I such a dick? Bye.